So many people may or may not know, I've been tracking PlayStation and their moves that they'd been making since Spider-Man was very successful. Most of my friends and people that were playing video games behaved very differently when that game came out. In fact, I know a gentleman who had not owned a console in a very long time. He went out and he bought himself a PlayStation 4, the Spider-Man version. Like, yo, I mean, he went all out because Spider-Man was, or is a very beloved superhero. Since then, in 2018, I made my first video where I said that I thought that, PlayStation should bring its games to PC, seeing that the PC market was growing significantly. There were, data points that MPD had released. At that time, there was the first Bitcoin craze, but it did not skyrocket the prices of GPUs and even CPUs. I think then we had a very interesting market. So 2014, 15, 16, you had the PC technology side scaling very fast with gaming as one of its targets in its sights. 2016, if you go and look back, you're going to see some of the most iconic GPUs like the 1080 Ti and some of the others actually get launched around that time. But even around that point, it was very obvious that there would need to be a shift from someone to try to leverage the PC market, saying that it had grown to the billions of dollars, thereby meaning more participants were entering into this platform and ecosystem, seeing how the PlayStation 3 generation and the PlayStation 4 generation was not offering anything too unique or separate. So Microsoft delved in, and it only made sense that PlayStation would follow. And believe you me, it didn't seem likely at all. But when it eventually happened, it was very, very strange, and the results were just as expected because at the time, PlayStation was actually pumping in a lot of money to make their titles. So I looked at the Steam page as of now to look at the top-selling games. And Elden Ring, of course, is the top-selling game right now on Steam. The Shadow of the Erdtree is the second top-selling game on Steam. But what follows is really interesting, and that is Ghost of Tsushima, and followed by that is Lies of P. I wanted to take some time to talk about how PlayStation is missing out once again on this particular phenomenon whereby their games could be in these categories, or even now that they've actually gone ahead and somehow money had it shift up Stellar Blade game, that game could have made its way into this category. However, because of their practices to try to bolster their console purchases, which seemingly is not moving as fast as the PS4 days, because again, the competition is tough, they've now missed out on this train, or almost missed out on this train, if it wasn't for a game like Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which is number 3 right now in the best sellers. So PC works out for PlayStation. And I know the PlayStation CEOs came out and said, we hope that, we give PC players a taste of our games and then hopefully they're going to come over to their platform. But that cat's already out of the bag. No one's going to turn around and come over to your platform when already the advances in technology are becoming crazier and crazier. Everyone is becoming a PC enthusiast. Even if you weren't one, the fact that now you can basically, for very minimal amount of money, upgrade your current build or your current CPU or your current GPU, which with CPUs and GPUs that you couldn't dream of on the PS4 time, it makes no sense for many people to move or at least go that way. Another crazy thing too, and is that Lies of P, which admittedly is a very good Souls-like, but is also a really difficult game with a very niche audience, is holding down the place of number 4, but Stellar Blade is nowhere to be found, simply because Sony decided that they were going to pay for that game to be removed from the Xbox platform, possibly the PC platform as well, to become an exclusive to the PlayStation platform. We don't know if it's timed or whatever. And then a game from 2019, Sekiro, is also now in the place of number 5. Hades 2 is here number 4. But, this is a different, I think it's more of a roguelite in a sense. It is a roguelite, and under its Steam tags, it says roguelite. And then Dark Souls is coming in, and then Remnant, and then the Souls games seemingly are holding the charts right now because they have this weird longevity when they go on sale, and Elden Ring basically bringing out a DLC has probably, skyrocketed all these games back into the spotlight, and it just makes sense that people are going to be patronizing these titles. However, because PlayStation has not necessarily taken into account what it would require to basically stay in this ecosystem, it's trying to put one leg in, whereas both its legs are in. And instead of basically just maintaining a consistent flow and saying, let's farm software money where we can get it, and then hardware money with those who are already committed into our platform and give them what's needed. It seems like their own strategy right now doesn't necessarily seem to be, in my opinion, strong enough. Now, when I say strong enough, what I mean by that is if you take a very close look, you look at the top 6, top 7, one PlayStation game is there, and this same PlayStation game has basically all of these other games to contend with. And, this has always been the fact. And on a platform like this that is more neutral, which is a PC platform, it gets more and more stifling when it comes down to the competition. So, again, there really doesn't seem to be much reason anyway these days for anybody to be attracted from the PC platform to PlayStation, because not everyone wants to really play the mix of games that they have on PlayStation. There's a diverse, mix. And even if there's a game they want to play on PlayStation, there seemingly will be some sort of alternative or even a replacement for some people that exists on other platforms. So exclusivity is dead. It's not dying. It's actually dead in terms of the way PlayStation and Xbox have handled things. Because a PC platform has always sat in the middle. And for the most part, third-party publishers who actually have more video game output, by the way, than PlayStation and Xbox have leveraged this. And even in their totality, they still have more output. If you actually put them together, they've already come in here and they've saturated this market. So PlayStation and Xbox have to play fair, have to play alongside with them. And so with these things in mind, it is only a matter of time before anyone who may be thinking that there's some unique aspect of owning a PlayStation, like say, some kind of day and date or whatever it is, it's only a matter of time before that gets away. Because if it wasn't for these money deals or say some situations like the Series S not allowing for optimization or whatever it is, I don't know what Wukong is saying about that, in that regard, but Wukong is going to come on PC, so we don't give a hoot. Those of us on PC are going to play it. If you have an Xbox and Wukong isn't coming on the day you want to play it, I recommend, and I've always recommended that, this is one of the reasons you may want to start looking into PC. Not saying that you should go jump and buy a PC to play it now, but, in fact, I would recommend that you wait, because by the time it shows up, you can leverage it for a sale, or, you can actually, get a PC and eventually move your gaming to that platform. But this reality in the market is so interesting overall, and I can't believe that we're actually here. I thought this would actually take much longer. But, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe just at the cusp of the generation following PlayStation, these changes have now become the norm. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.